Warning, recovery recommended.
This review was brought to you by Full Sail University. All right, I don't think there's much need to warble on here. You've heard about this game incessantly for probably about the last 3 months. This is it. It's out. Here's the review, Titanfall.
Get those other Spectres online. We've got militia pilots moving in from the east. Charlie squad is still rounding up colonists.
Shaking hands. Shaking hands from exhaustion and exhilaration. That's what I kept on noticing every several rounds of playing Titanfall, a multiplayer game that is a marvel of design and no small technological feat. Multiplayer shooters should be intense, but Titanfall's exactitude of identifying the core essentials of the genre, expanding their creative opportunities, and stripping away burdensome convention results in something familiar but thrilling in its reinvention and rediscovery of fun inside of competition. It's not all about jetpacks and really big mechs, but damn, they sure do help.
Hard point. I'm not getting any.
The minimal story is laid out over 2 9-mission multiplayer campaigns which compete on the same maps, but from both sides of the conflict. The campaign, told primarily through video chat, does little to elaborate on Titanfall's fiction, which seems to hold promise with monsters on one planet and a long-standing conflict, but it's too slight to hold much interest. The minimal storytelling does manage to provide the matches with contextual drama. Similar to a sports announcer whose substance in play-by-play is secondary to the tone, the character's voice work serves to heighten the tension and propel the matches with an additional urgency.
All units, we've got the upper hand for now, but it's a close fight. Don't let your guard down.
While the science fiction setting begs for further exploration inside the game, it's hard to find fault because the setting allows for the indulgence of any reasonable person's fantasies, having a jetpack and your own personal mech, here called Titans. The jetpacks, allowing for double jumps and wall running, liberate on-foot combat and recalibrate how you read a level, as nearly all surfaces are a play space. See a second-story window? Jump through it. See 2 parallel walls? Chain your run along them, or just hop from rooftop to rooftop. See a friendly Titan? Hitch a ride, or if unfriendly, be a David to his Goliath. The amount of invention the exquisite level design affords the player is astonishing as it is intricate. Rather than relying on tried and tested routes on a familiar map, I was continually finding new opportunities and the endorphins that accompany discovery.
Warning, core reactor overload.
In fact, the biggest barrier in adapting to movement in the game is learning to dispense with the inherited playstyles from other games after years of conditioning. The wall running is easy if you don't think of Prince of Persia. I had to remind myself not to take the standard path up a structure because I could just jump past it. Don't guard a domination point in plain view when you can hang in the corner of the ceiling. I'd recommend playing it initially for an extended period of time to begin to adapt to the playstyle. It's this explosion of traversal opportunities that gives Titanfall its breathless and urgent pacing and left me feeling like I ran a marathon. Titanfall allows and compels you to be constantly on the move, avoiding fire from other soldiers or, more importantly, Titans who can take you out with one hit from their weapons or just their feet. This speed and urgency is underscored by the seamless and propulsive animation as you go from the ground to the wall and eventually into the Titans themselves.
Transferring control to pilot.
When you do get your Titan, the sensation of power from a much higher vantage point is thrillingly tactile, but requires a lot more thought than at first glance. As big as you are and as speedy as you can move, you have nowhere near the same dexterity and opportunity to cross the playing field, to say nothing about being rather prominent against the skyline. Given that your dimensions have changed considerably, how you cross the map becomes more restricted. Only paths that can handle your width are available and casually guide the Titan into conflict with other Titans, friendly and angry. Your weapons and powers, while extremely powerful, reload and recharge slowly, making each decision count more. Not only are you exposed, but Titans belie their vulnerability when taking on more than one enemy. 2 Titans, 1 Titan and a collection of ground troops, or just 1 pilot on your back destroying your insides, all can result in an early demise. Playing in a Titan is much harder, but when successful, especially when tearing a pilot out of an enemy rig, immensely satisfying.
High damage sustained.
This 2-tiered game within a game is brilliant in its design and execution, as it provides matches with an ebb and flow that give the pacing more substantive, contrasted style. In close matches, When you call in your Titan becomes more meaningful. Frequently, I will let my Titan automate as I went on foot to earn more points to secure a win. Even when not coordinating with other players, there's a remarkable range of ways to contribute to the overall team goal of winning by exploring the nuances in the design and balance. This thoughtfulness extends into the in-game rewards. Kills reduce the time before your Titan becomes available, making the AI-controlled grunts very useful for novice and experienced players alike, as they help fill out the battlefield as you race between combat and objectives. In-game achievements that encourage experimentation add experience and create burn cards, an alteration to the perk system that gives the player bonuses like special weapons and endless frag grenades that can be played outside of the current match and activated after death. Of course, there's the leveling system itself that unlocks weapons and enhancements for both pilots and Titans. The loop of rewards in Titanfall is constant and the best I've seen in a multiplayer game. It only enhances the already inherent compulsion to play.
Blisk, what the hell is going on down there? We're being targeted by our own guns.
The rewards for leveling up may result in fewer weapons and accoutrements than in other multiplayer games, but each one feels essential, distinct, and viable. I prefer the submachine guns over the assault rifles, but each new attachment affected their behavior and reinvested it with value. The auto-targeting pistol is a lot of fun, but dangerous, as it requires the player to get in close for 3 headshots, making the enhanced targeting unlock a thrill to receive. And the shotgun? Well, this is the best and most satisfying shotgun in any game, period. Deciding on whether to use cloaking or radar to find enemies in close proximity is a grievously hard choice, and deciding to customize my Titan loadout with a slow but devastating railgun or the imprecise but faster arc cannon are meaningful decisions that only improve in spending time with the game. Unlike so many other shooters where players settle on a reliable regimen of behavior after a short while, Titanfall feels rich with potential that can only be tapped by taking chances and indulging in what it has to offer.
Blisk, this is Graves. Can you hear me? What do you want? I want to end the war.
That all these components and their vast applications balance out is a feat of meticulous attention and acumen, and those who the keen eye to design will find more than enough to be in awe of. What's more impressive is not that it all comes together in harmony, but that it's so fun and inviting. Being a new IP with new rules helps level the playing field, but it's impossible not to see how the team of designers at Respawn, many of whom ushered in the dominance of multiplayer shooters with Call of Duty 4, apply their learning to create something new that can extricate the genre from itself, freed from the weighty trappings of an expectant fan base and aesthetics steeped in hyper-militarism. Titanfall is more democratic and oddly, well, joyful. While the game has pleasures in all its modes, it works best with objectives. Domination, here called Hardpoint, and Capture the Flag work the best, as the objectives help return focus on the interplay between Titan and Pilot, which foster memorable moments of invention. Last Titan Standing, where all players start with a Titan and try to survive, is a brilliant demonstration of the balance between their power and vulnerability, resulting in some fascinating moments of restraint while ensconced in a metal exoskeleton of destruction.
Warning, reactor unstable. Eject.
Attrition, or team deathmatch, is fun, but without focus. It lacks the same drive as other modes and easily becomes chaotic, which may benefit other games, but short strips Titanfall's best qualities. Pilot Hunt, where points are accrued only when killing pilots, is a curiosity. The thrust is to find actual players among the Titans and Grunts, but I couldn't discover its strategic hook.
Play the transmission.
The inequity among the modes is an overall testament to what Titanfall has accomplished, being something new, a game that offers enough change to the increasingly uninspired multiplayer shooter offerings that some conventions don't apply as they once did. It's an audacious game that reinvigorated a long dormant excitement in me to go online and engage. The reward here isn't in the points, it's in the experience, and it's one that doesn't have an equal. A 5 out of 5. All right, yeah, as you can see, I like the game very much. I know a lot of people out there, I know many of them personally. I don't like shooters, I don't like multiplayer. I'm not saying go out and buy the game, but give yourself a chance to sit down and play it. You might be a little bit surprised how well this is thought out to accommodate even the most resistant of players out there. Once again, there's the Titanfall review. Thank you very much. I bet something interesting is happening below in the comments. Have fun. All right, you may have noticed I talked a lot about the design of Titanfall because, you know, a multiplayer game, really, it's all about design. So that may make you wonder, thought about all these things? Why not consider actually making a game yourself? Well, that's where Full Sail University comes in. Whether you're interested in programming, art and animation, story creation, or even producing games, there is a game to be programmed at Full Sail University to fit your needs. Full Sail's campus is equipped with professional level game studios and labs where you can work with teams of your peers to create a playable game from start to finish. Also, there's Full Sail's Project Launchbox program. That allows you as a student to receive a MacBook Pro preloaded with industry software that will give you a head start in understanding the creation of video games. Full Sail University also offers a variety of campus and online degrees in fields related to the entertainment and media industry, including art and design, filmmaking, recording arts, entertainment business, and many more. Visit fullsail.edu/rev3games to learn more.